Hey people, coming up in under 1 minute, our live interview with DigiCol tech builders, marketers, and artists. So I'm super excited because this is the first time that we're doing collaboration with a NFT marketplace, and they are really interesting to me because they provide one-click NFT creation with no coding required, and you can even earn rewards with DGCL, and that's something that I think we will deep dive in to later on for our listeners of this podcast replay, as well as those who are watching this live stream right now on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, as well as Facebook. So without further ado, let me introduce my first guest of the night. Her name is Karen Wen, and she's an arts enthusiast. And she's going to maybe walk us through some of the decks that she has prepared for the listeners and viewers of this live stream. And to maybe help us to introduce what next generation NFT platform DigiCol is able to provide, not just for artists, but for everyone who's interested in this NFT space. And of course, I also provide us some insights into why artists, prefer DigiCol versus Rarible, for example. So without further ado, let me just bring on Karen to our live stage. How are you, my friend?
Yes, Fleur, how are you? It's good to see you.
Finally put a face to a voice because we have been talking for quite a bit. I think over WhatsApp in the past couple of weeks, right? So how are you doing? Where are you residing right now?
Yeah, I'm now just working at home, and then I'm so happy to be here and then to share overall the experience with you, of course, and also the coming up to artists. Just love their artworks. It's amazing.
Fantastic. I think there are already many people who are excited to see, you coming on and provide us some new knowledge about your platform, your marketplace as well. And we start with the serious bits where you're going to maybe show us some of your pitch deck slides. Maybe let's start with a story first. We would really love to hear how you got started and how the journey has been so far for you.
Yeah, I may say it's so amazing for me because I used to work as a digital marketer and also advertising. It's kind of digital, but it's totally different. What I can say now, it's NFT is a very remarkable movement, and that is, it's just, but because I believe it's just a beginning, right? For all the artists around the world, even the art collectors, because it's kind of the proof of concept, right? The new technology, which is the blockchain, and then also the cryptocurrencies. But I believe this is kind of still, because lots of the people, they are still struggling about it, but definitely it's 100%, which is very beneficial to the artists and the whole industry, I may say, art and design. And then so I'm so glad to be here today and then to try to work together with other artists. Yeah.
And we are 100% really excited, to have you grace our event, and of course, to educate our viewers and our listeners as well on the great tools and of course the great tech your team has put up, to benefit the artists and everyone in this NFT space. So without further ado, let's maybe share screen. Understand that you have maybe some website to show us. So without further ado, let me just pop it up into this, this corner of the screen. And are you able to see it? I think for some reason, it just disappeared for a while. Are you able to maybe share your screen one more time? And let's see whether you will pop up correctly this time. And here we go. Yeah. Okay. Over to you, Karen.
Okay. Thank you so much. So this is the amazing side of the DigiCol. It's a one-click shop, the NFT marketplace. So now you can see lots of the features together, and then we can see the very amazing, the new NFTs made by the artists, the Token Movement, very famous, and also the artists. So they are coming up to talk more about this overall experience. And then also we just like to take care of different kind of the holders and also the NFT fans. They always can propose and also to make a topic to discuss on our forum. More than that, we have also another very good communication tool and the platform, which is Twitter, and then we can always to get some more new updates. And then also the very beautiful side on the Instagram, because we are going to upload and share the very potential NFT, the artworks and also to welcome all the artists to coming on to our new channels, the YouTube, and then we are going to upload and share lots of the tutorials, the video, and then to education is very important nowadays for all the NFT fans or even the artists and also the art collectors. And then the most important one is which is sorry, just 1 second. Right. And we're so happy today to share very amazing news, which is about the liquidity mining. And then this is going to be exciting, both for the artists, the art collectors, and also the token holders of us.
Yes, this liquidity mining is something that really caught my attention, because I think this is one of the ways that DGCL is transforming NFT creation and ownership, right? So it's not just a matter of like creating NFTs with one click. It's also about how to actually participate in liquidity mining. So maybe this will be a good time to bring on one of your colleagues, Jasper, to tell us about this liquidity mining and make sense of this, for the rest of us who are totally unfamiliar with it. Jasper, are you there?
Oh, hey, guys.
Yes. We can't see you yet, so if you could just turn on your camera, it'd be great if you could maybe walk us through what is liquidity mining.
Hey, guys. Hey. So how it works is very, very simple. So every week we'll be distributing like 50,000 of DGCL to all the NFT buyers and sellers on DGCL. So it's also based on that transaction volume. So the more you transact, like more NFTs you buy or the more NFTs you sell, the more DGCL that you will get. So as simple as that. So it'll be starting on the June 15th, and it will be based on the community response, and if there are any, we also have a governance feature as well. They can do all the votings and stuff. And so if our community would like to increase the rewards yourself, they can also raise a proposal there, and we'll reveal that. And if everyone agrees on that, we will increase the rewards as well.
This is fantastic news. Understand that besides the ability to create NFTs with one click, right? Also participate in this liquidity mining that you just walk us through. We can also use it as a collateral to borrow assets. Is this something that will benefit artists in general?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as because what we believe is that why we launched this campaign and everything, we believe that artists and users, art collectors, they are the most important asset. This is most important, most valuable asset of our platform. So this is as an incentive program to invite everyone to us and build from there.
I think this is something that perhaps the likes of other marketplaces, like we're talking about Rarible, that maybe later on one of you or maybe one of your artists might even want to help us to compare, like a DigiCol versus Rarible and versus other common marketplaces out there. Like what are features that they don't have, but currently DigiCol is the first to pioneer with this innovation, right? So it'd be really interesting to hear, exactly what are the benefits that you provide to people who are active in this NFT world. So I think it would be great to also take on some questions that are coming in thick and fast. There's a question provided by Jakis. I think he's watching this live stream on YouTube right now. His question for both of you is: staking only DGCL also available?
I'm not sure what staking it means here, but we do have a staking program. Like if you stake DGCL into the Uniswap pool, and you would get a APY of around, I'm sorry, I have to check the exact value, but I believe that was around 60% of APY. So it's quite a lot. So as long as you stake your DGCLs there into our ETH mining pool, ETH Uniswap pool, and you get that benefit every month.
Got it. So thanks for clarifying that. In the meantime, Karen, is there anything you would like to maybe add on or maybe show us some of your decks before we move on to the artist interview segment They'll probably take place in about 10 minutes time. I think many viewers and listeners are also eagerly anticipating, the appearance of some of your artists who are already on DigiCol's marketplace and minting some of their work as well. So Karen, any maybe other additional information that you think would be beneficial to our listeners as well?
Thank you so much, but I believe to read the whole article and then to stay with us for all the updates of coming up. It's more likely. It's more good to have the details. So, what we would like to focus is our artists today, because they are they work so well, especially the recent NFT items. And then I believe most of the fans are waiting so long, and then would like to check with them. So yeah, that's probably about the article. And then we do always support the artist.
This is fantastic. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on this earlier part of this segment, and of course Jasper, to you as well for helping us to share some light into the other aspect where we are all very interested in how to actually participate in this liquidity mining as well. I think maybe in a nutshell, to summarize, what DigiCol is able to provide, not just one-click NFT creation with no coding required. We can all seamlessly create our own digital collectibles and even earn rewards, which is called DGCL, by launching them into a liquid NFT marketplace. So ways to learn more, like what Karen just mentioned, there is a medium.com/DigiCol link that I will share maybe on the screen below that help us to maybe deep dive into the details on how to actually do all these three things that we just mentioned today. So any last words, Jasper, before we say goodbye to you?
Sorry,
you're muted.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, man. And I think Karen already exited. So we'll see you guys in the future when we do more artist spotlights, and of course re-invite you back to maybe give us more updates on what are the other features that are in the product roadmap for DigiCol. It'd be really interesting for us, especially those of us in the rest of Asia, to be familiarized, with what you have, in the pipeline. So thank you once again, and I'm gonna maybe exit, maybe have both of you exit from the stage, and then we'll bring on our next guest, who is from Spain, I believe. Her name is Maria. So she's one of the artists that's featured. So before you go, Karen, tell us what we can expect from Maria.
100% very amazing NFT artist.
That's very succinctly put, and we're all excited to see her in the studio next. So Jasper, goodbye. Karen, I'll see you very, very shortly. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Yeah, bye.
And Karen, goodbye. So that's the core team, I would say, from DigiCol, who agrees to make this last-minute appearance and just give us an introduction on their platform, and of course, make sense of this liquid NFT marketplace as well. And all these will be launched and also available for everyone to deep dive into. And I just mentioned about the medium.com /DigiCol link, which we will be providing shortly, where you can actually find out more about what are the features that are currently available only on the DigiCol marketplace. So without further ado, let me welcome my first NFT artist for the night. As everybody is aware, this show is about spotlighting NFT artists, and we do have tech builders and marketers coming on occasionally as well. Maria, are you there?
Hi, hello.
Hi. Great to see you. And I understand that you're from Spain. Is that right?
Yes, it's all right.
So I think it'd be great to maybe have one of your friends from Spain join us this live stream as well. Jordi, how are you, my friend?
Very good. How are you?
I'm great, and really excited because today this is a star-studded lineup. We have already spoken to two of the core team members from DigiCol. Now we welcome Maria, who is an NFT artist who have already minted her project on DigiCol, right? So you're here to help us to maybe do some translation in real time. Is that correct, Jordi?
Yeah, I'm here just to help Maria, but I think she She will do it great.
Fantastic. So it's great to have all of you here. And I always like to start with the same question that I actually pose to all my guests on our podcast, which is basically to start with your story, Maria. We would love to hear how you got started and how the journey has been so far for you as an artist.
First, I would like to thank you everyone for their support, especially the company that gave me this opportunity. I'm very happy to be here. I'm sorry for not talk so well English. Sorry so much. My name is Maria Victoria, also known as Mariauve, and I started my professional career as an illustration 6 years ago.
6 years ago. So that's quite some time back, right? So during these 6 years, tell us, whether, you have gone through many, in terms of how you deliver your work, how you produce your work, how you distribute your work so far. Like NFTs, we know that NFT technology has only started appearing maybe in the last couple of years, right? How has NFT helped you, in terms of showcasing your work and also distributing your work?
Sorry, Jordi, can you help me?
Okay. I'm going to translate her the question and she will say it in Spanish and then I will translate back to you. María, simplemente pregunta que cómo es el proceso y cómo empezaste con el tema de las NFTs.
Okay, I started to work as an NFT artist because one of my friends, he helped me a lot in the beginning, but after a while, I started to work on my own. Not too much time.
Right. Okay. That's a great answer. And of course, we want to maybe ask you what got you into art in the first place? Was it because your family members they are artists as well?
Lo que te trajo a trabajar con los NFTs, si hubo, este amigo, ¿cómo fue todo al empezar? Si quieres, dilo en español y yo se lo traduciré.
Vale. Pues me lo comentó porque es una persona que está bastante metido en el mundo de la criptomoneda y me dijo que por qué no iniciaba y bueno, me ayudó al principio a entender cómo funcionaba todo y luego ya me puse yo por mi cuenta. Fue hace poco, en realidad llevo un par de meses metida en los NFTs, como 3 o así.
Well, he started like 2 months ago because one of his closest friends, he had a lot of knowledge about NFTs and cryptocurrencies and all that stuff. And then she started and she had a large amount of success in just like 2 months.
Just 2 months, yeah. And I think this will be a great time for us to maybe look at some of her recently sold NFT. And we understand that she has a profile page on DigiCol as well. So it'd be great to maybe share that screen. And maybe from my end, I'll just, share some of her work. And it'd be very interesting to maybe deep dive into some of her latest collection. I think one of the collection that really piqued our interest is definitely, her Super Crypto Heroines project. Maybe tell us how, Maria, you brainstorm it and how NFT actually helped your creative process to create this Super Crypto Heroines project.
Okay, I created my project Super Crypto Heroine intending to integrate the role of the female figure into the crypto space. Also, it's very important to me to give support to the natural beauty that everyone has, regardless of skin color or size. Within the world that I created, I see natural beauty as a superpower, and that's the meaning of my work.
So I'm looking at your Instagram, and this is a really incredible piece of art, and it's definitely some of the characters that we are quite familiar with, right? Like the first one definitely reminds me of Wonder Woman. And are you a big Marvel fan, by the way?
Si eres fan de las películas de Marvel.
Or
Yes, I am, for sure.
This is brilliant. And maybe tell us more about what we're looking at right now. Can you maybe walk us through the creative process behind this?
Vale, si te gustaría explicar un poco sobre el proceso creativo, cómo se te ocurren estas imágenes, cómo las pasas a una NFT o a Instagram, cómo las plasmas.
Vale, lo voy a explicar en castellano mejor, ¿vale? Pues se me ha ocurrido a la hora de presentar a la mujer como un superpoder y mezclar un poco, sí que tiene inspiración en las superheroínas de los cómics de Marvel y bueno, de otros. Y lo que hago los creo digitalmente, depende, estas en concreto están hechas con Autodesk y con Photoshop. Y luego las subo a DigiCol y ahí es cuando se convierten en NFT. Quería integrar un poco el mundo de las heroínas con el criptoespacio y crear así una representación femenina del poder que eso tiene.
Well, she had some inspiration about the Marvel comics and all the superheroines that we can see on TV, movies, everything. And then she made the piece of art with Autodesk and some Photoshop. Once she made the piece of art, then she transformed it to an NFT. And well, she tried to create that amazing super crypto world where the female powers are natural beauty and that's it.
Fantastic. I think this is also an appropriate time to maybe look at your DigiCol profile page, right? And maybe while we are sharing this and looking at the images of your profile page, as well as some of your recent minted NFTs, tell us, can you share some experience and advice to the new artists that wish to, but they have not really stepped into the crypto world yet? Maybe talk about the DigiCol community artist campaign, how it actually helped to benefit artists like you.
I will invite all the artists and that are watching us to join DigiCol. The platform is growing a lot. They also benefit from a strong position in different media. And for that reason, I'm sure it will be very important in the future. Also, as an artist, I received a lot of support and advice from them, which has been extremely helpful. Like I having a translator Jordi right now, so I have to say thank you so much.
Yes, Jordi, you're great help, helping us to translate this because I personally, I don't speak Spanish. So, my apologies for not learning the language when I was in high school. But anyway, you did brilliantly. I think you speak a really good English, Maria. And, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. And we know that, it's a challenge, of course, for non-native English speakers to actually come onto the show and being actually be on the other side of getting so many questions thrown at them, from my end. So I really appreciate you and thank you so much, for coming on. Any last words or maybe message for our audience before we say goodbye to you?
Thank you. Bye.
Just thank you. Would you like to say maybe any things you want to shout out, any inspirational or influential artist that has helped you, throughout your journey as an artist that you want to shout out to?
Yes.
Jordi?
¿Te gustaría, María, decir algo para inspirar a futuras generaciones de artistas a crear?
Claro. A ver, me gustaría animar a todo el mundo a que investigue nuevas vías para poder desarrollarse artísticamente. Sé que el mundo NFT al principio suena un poco raro, a mí me cogió muy por sorpresa, pero la verdad es que me ha ayudado a crecer como artista, a desenvolverme en otros campos que no conocía y creo que que es importante que la gente pruebe a hacer cosas, que lo intente y que siga moviéndose, porque es un mundo complicado al final.
Well, Maria is just saying that she would invite to all the young artists to develop more skills, to investigate new technologies, because this is a thing that help a lot on her growing as an artist.
This is brilliant, and thank you once again, Maria, and thank you once again, Jody, for agreeing to do this. So we hope that to have you back on the podcast in the future again, and hopefully next time when I'm in Spain, right, I'll hit you up, and maybe you can show me some of the beautiful art galleries that are all scattered around Spain, and allow me to also immerse in the arts and culture scene over in Spain. Yeah. So where exactly are you located at, Maria? Which part of Spain?
Jordi.
Vale, está diciendo de qué parte eres de Galicia y que cuando él vaya a venir, que sería genial que le enseñaras algunas galerías de artes o parte de la cultura.
Of course, I'm from Galicia. It's a little town, so nice, so sunny. I'm in love with my town. So you are welcome when you want to come. I will show you my beautiful place, of course, for sure.
And I'm definitely 100% looking forward to that. So thank you so much, Maria. And Jody, which part of Spain are you located in?
Well, I'm living like really near from Barcelona. If you come to here, just feel free to send me a DM and I can show you the city.
Sure. One of my bucket lists is to visit Camp Nou because I'm not really a Barcelona fan, but I love football. That's one of the places I want to visit. So thank you once again. And I think this is the third, fourth time I'm saying thank you all, and really excited to have you coming on to the show. So I'll see you very, very soon, hopefully in Spain next time. Bye-bye, Maria. Bye-bye, Jody.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye. So that's Maria and Jody, and that's the halfway, a point in our segment for tonight. And we already have 4 people coming on our podcast virtual stage to do this live taping of our podcast. As you know, we love to actually stream live all our live, podcasting. Basically, what you can watch us while we, actually make the sausage. This is what we love to call it as well. And it's one way for us to actually optimize reach as well. While we make the podcast episodes, we also stream it live, so people can also join in and ask questions. So we know that many people are watching right now in YouTube as well. So thank you for those viewers who are living there in YouTube. And for those who are in LinkedIn and Facebook watching this, I really appreciate you. My next guest is also a DigiCol artist. She's actually born in the Netherlands. However, she's now based in Dubai. So it'd be very interesting for me to personally know about her story and get her to tell and share how she got started as well, and how DigiCol has really benefit, in terms of the NFT art that she's minting on the marketplace. So without further ado, let's bring on my next guest, Fleur Josephine. Hi, Fleur. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Thank you so much for coming on to our show. And how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me also. I hope you are well.
How's the weather over there in Dubai?
Very hot. I don't want to go outside, honestly.
Same here in Singapore. I'm like even sweating with both of my aircon units on, right? I'm still sweating. So of course, during this part of the year, right, it's always super hot everywhere you go. So, well, without further ado, let's not talk about weather. Let's talk about your art and maybe start with your story. We would love to hear how you got started and how the journey has been so far for you.
Just with my art journey is, I started as a kid and I just love to draw and to paint, and it made me calm. My mom, I was always hyper, and my mom would just give me some pencils and I would just be quiet and calm. So it is a natural thing, and it still keeps me relaxed. So I never been to art school actually, but I just started selling because people started to like my work, and
I think when people start to take notice of your art, right, it's actually a great way to maybe have a better or even closer connection with your fans or followers. actually make that art available for them to actually own it, digitally, right? And that's one of the ways for fans to actually show their love for their favorite artists. So, when was the first time you heard of NFTs, and what were you thinking of when you heard of NFTs for the first time?
My friends told me about it like a few months ago, and I was like, oh, I will get into it, but I don't know anything from computers and this stuff, and I don't even do print, so everything is just one piece and nothing digital. So I was a bit lazy, and then one of my clients, who also became my friend, introduced me to DigiCol, and he said, why not just try it, and it's a way to expand your client market, and I think it will be a good idea. And then I actually started minting NFTs. And I think the cool thing is that people will get my original artwork when they buy my NFT.
This is fantastic.
So, yeah.
Is this your first time minting or dropping NFTs? And where can we buy your NFTs? On DigiCol, right? And what do you think sets you apart from the other NFT projects in the metaverse?
That I don't know, that I'm sending also my my artworks, like the original one.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to maybe look at some of your artwork, right? While you maybe walk us through and tell us, in terms of artwork, why is it so different from other artists' artwork, and even on DigiCol, for example?
I don't know why I'm different, but I make whatever I like in a way that I like it even more. So I put really my personal touch in it, and I make everything with love. I think everyone does that, but everyone is unique, so everyone has his own touch. And I make actually things that I would hang, so in the house. Yeah.
When I'm looking at your OMG collection, right, this is inspired by the year that has passed, which is year 2020. Yeah. So like what you wrote there, no explanation needed during the pandemic year. And this is an art that comes to mind immediately, Andy Warhol. Are you a big fan of Andy Warhol?
Yes, definitely. It was one of the reasons actually I started painting, because like the Marilyn Monroe with the pop-up colors, and I was like, I want to be able to paint this. So yeah, that was definitely a big inspiration. Yeah.
And we definitely want to look at some of your other artwork as well. Like the third one also kind of caught my eye. Is that Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, it's Muhammad Ali. I love boxing. I'm doing it since I'm 18 years old. I'm doing it for 14 years. And so it's very close to me. And I think that he is so charismatic, and I don't know, everyone knows him, young or old, it doesn't matter. He's just great. So I had to make him. Yeah.
And I like that, you combine some of his famous quips or quotes, right, into your digital collectible as well. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, into this painting. So tell us, how long did it take for you to create this painting, and how long did it take for you to mint this on DigiCol?
Well, that was a lot easier to mint it, because the painting took me like, I think 3 weeks. I couldn't quite finish it how I wanted it. And the minting was maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds. I don't know. It's very fast. So, yeah.
I think this would be a great time. Maybe you can educate for those who are not familiar with DigiCol. Because I think many artists right now, they're probably familiar with like Rarible or even OpenSea, right? What makes you decide to choose DigiCol as the go-to marketplace for you to drop these 3 great pieces of art?
Well, my friend actually introduced me to DigiCol, and I was immediately welcomed by the team. And I'm also only exclusively with them because, I don't know, they are so welcoming and are really friendly, and they always like to help out and even give advice like what to do. So the choice was very easy to work with them, and I think for every artist it's so easy, and they really help out. So that's a nice thing, and it's just so easy. I don't know anything from computers, anything like, yeah. So it's perfect.
It really is very well said, because that's something that I also realize when I interact with the core team at DigiCol, right? They're super helpful in terms of reachability as well.
Definitely, yes.
If you have a question on either the technology, on connecting your wallet, or even like some advice on what kind of projects will resonate with your audience, for example, or which kind of art would sell better, for example. They always have a answer ready, right? So what have you been your best or favorite experience so far when you deal with the core team at DigiCol?
I mean, just even that they arranged this to be live with you. That's also a cool thing, right? And I feel that they really want to help you out as an artist as well, to grow, to get more audience, to like everything they do. Actually, they do it from a good heart, and yeah.
I think so. Like they do it from a place of love, right? And
definitely
to help artists, and they're also here to help podcasters like me. I think by bringing you onto my show, it helps to not just make this show more interesting, and of course, you get to hear your story and look at your beautiful art. I think this is great what you're doing here, and it just shows that when we join hands together, right, we are able to create things that are bigger than the sum of its parts. So this is definitely a prime example of how we can move this NFT space forward by collaborating, right? Rather than thinking of like, because I know that in the art world, it's a very competitive world. Artists don't really help other artists. Is that the kind of experience that you had previously before you found out about DigiCol as well?
Yeah, like most artists. Well, I found actually now from Instagram, I have some artist friends and they are helpful, but many also don't want to see you succeed. They just want to be the best, even though you have a different style, or it's a very weird thing. I don't understand why you wouldn't help someone. But like this in DigiCol, I don't notice anything like this. Everyone is just very helpful, and no competition there. So that's good. Yeah, it's a nice community.
Very well said. I think I really agree with you 100% that they are a really great, team that is here to offer, their assistance in whatever needs that artists need to actually get into minting their work. So my next question for you is, because you came from a traditional art background as well, why do you think that traditional artists should mint NFTs?
I mean, it's just a way to expand your work, to be more visible, to attract different people, and I think also that cryptocurrency is really the future. Like, I think that soon we will not have normal money anymore. Not very soon, but I'm sure that it will be the future. So I really believe in it, and that's why I think that it's a good idea to start with it now that it's still affordable, kind of, and it's a good way to start something for the future. That's how I see it, actually.
Perfect. How much time do you spend on Twitter nowadays? Because you mentioned about Twitter, right, where you have some artist friends who are like super competitive.
Not Twitter, just I'm only on Instagram. So
on Instagram, yeah. So you spend a lot of time on Instagram these days versus like 10 spans on creating art. Do you think you spend enough time on social media, or even on medium like podcast shows like this, for example?
I think I spend too much time on Instagram, actually, because it's sometimes difficult because you get a lot of messages and you want to help out. Also, other artists are asking me for advice, and I always try to help everyone. So sometimes it takes away from my creating process. So that's a thing that I need to find my balance in. Yeah, but that's the only thing. And this is my first podcast, so it's a new thing for me.
Yes, I think there's always a first for everybody. So it's the first time that I'm also inviting DigiCol artists to my show. And it has been a great experience so far because the quality of work and also how, great artists like you are able to actually live in our show and bring some colors as well. So I'm really, really appreciative that you agreed to do this. Before we let you go, we have like 2 or 3 more questions for you before we maybe try something new, which is totally unscripted, because I actually didn't tell Karen that we'll do a rapid fire questions round. Later we'll try it, and see how it goes. But my next question for you is to maybe talk about your background. Any of your family members from Netherlands were also artists?
Not really. my mom is not really, she's creative in fashion and this kind of stuff, but she's not an artist. My father, he used to be in antiques, and he would buy like old scooters and cars and like make them nice again. So I think that's also a creative process. But an artist, not that I know of, no.
But definitely you're inspired by some of the things that they collect or some of the things that they create, right? So in some ways they maybe rub off their influence on you. So talking about in terms of success, right? We all know that some artists are now doing this not just part-time, they're doing it full-time. Are you doing it full-time? And what was the decision behind, turning your interest or your hobby or your passion into something that you do as a full-time career? And did you have to give up a high-paying job or give up some other things or even sacrifices in order to do this, in a full-time manner?
I'm doing it full-time, and I'm living now in Dubai for 2 years. Before I lived in Holland and I had some part-time jobs. It's easy there to get a part-time job, so 1 or 2 days a week. It's just nice to have a stable income, right? So, but it's hard to focus your energy on doing both, because when you are sitting in the office, you think, oh, I want to paint. So then I decided to go full-time, and I have studied hotel management, so I tried to be a career woman in the beginning, but I just found that I had to draw, and it's where my passion is. And I'm happy that I'm doing it full-time, even though you're not sure of your income. But it really makes me happy from inside. So I wake up happy, like I can create. I don't wake up sad that I have to start a job. So yeah.
This is very inspiring stuff, and I think it really resonates with me as well. Like in the beginning, when I decided to do podcasting full time, right? It's the same questions that were popping up my mind. Like, am I able to provide food or bring food to the table or provide for my family if I do, podcasting full time? And that's definitely something that everyone has to actually find out for themselves, right? There's no answer or perfect answer for that until you try it. And after you try it, you just don't want to maybe experience anything else, because you're basically your own boss. You make your own calls on what you want to create on a daily basis. And the best reward is basically the ability for you to see your art live on forever, right? And right now with NFTs technology, that means that your art, everything is on a shared ledger. And if someone, actually bid for your work on DigiCol Marketplace and they get to own your digital collectible, it's in their public wallet forever, in perpetuity. So that's something that definitely warms, the cockles of your heart, right? So do you actually, love that feeling when you see your artwork or your creation value in this way using NFT technology?
Yeah, it's nice. It's an extra, extra edition. So it's very nice. Yeah.
Are there any NFT artists that you're following or that you have discovered recently? Would you like to shout out any? They can be artists that are also on the DigiCol marketplace, or it could be maybe artists that are not from DigiCol.
Actually, I haven't been into it too much. I was still finishing some things, so I'm honestly not following anyone yet, but I will definitely have a look. And I've seen other artists that have started, and that's actually the first Arab woman in the UAE who started minting NFTs, and her name is Crystal, and she's famous here also. So she was also influenced to start, but she's not on DigiCol.
So what would you say to someone who's a beginner, a traditional artist who is ready to mint their first NFT art? And what would you tell them when you actually, explain the benefits of minting their NFTs on a platform like DigiCol?
Well, it's just they are helpful, so you don't need to be scared that you do something wrong. And it's just so easy, and like, what do you have to lose? It's just you pay a little fee, but you have nothing to lose. So just try it, and who knows, we'll see it and we'll buy it. Yeah.
And you never try, you never know, right? So I think that's definitely
There's nothing to lose, basically. So I think it's always a good idea to do it, and especially with this platform that is so helpful.
This is fantastic. I think that's a really good advice for artists as well in general. Before we let you go, let's do a rapid fire question segment. So here are the rules. You must give really short answers, maybe maximum 1 or 2 sentences. So are you ready?
I don't know. Let's do it.
Even if you're not ready, let's go. What are your proudest life moments?
Ooh. Proudest life moment. Oh, wow. Can I pass? No. I don't know. I never thought about it. Starting as an artist, doing it, going for it. Yeah.
Brilliant. What do you want doing less of in 2021?
Instagram.
What do you want doing more of in 2021?
Creating.
What's your advice for NFT artists?
Just do it. Go for it.
Just like Nike, yeah. Any future ambitions or side projects?
Not in the NFT, but I always have orders, and that I'm very happy about. But nothing crazy major at the moment. But I'm trying to. Oh, this is too long, huh? I want to do some furniture, so I would like to also work on those things. Yeah.
How can people reach you?
Instagram.
And
FJ Art. Yeah, FJ_art.
Okay, I think it's appropriate to maybe put that link on the screen below so people could find you and check out your work, and of course find your profile page on DigiCol as well, right? So I believe that your Instagram will have a link for your DigiCol profile page. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to ask you, because we didn't talk about it yet, but I thought I was revealing the giveaway as well today.
Let's do it. Maybe this is a good time, to maybe get you to share with us what is this giveaway campaign, and yeah, please go ahead.
Like I'm just the artist, but I know that it's for just the DigiCol token holders. So it's very exclusive giveaway, and I finished the piece yesterday, so I could show it today. So I will show you now. This is what they can win. So they will win the NFT and the original one.
Wow! Can you put it in the middle of the screen so we can look at it? It's really beautiful, and it's inspired by space and the universe, right? So this is something.
And it has the DigiCol logo.
And the DigiCol logo as well. So tell us, about this giveaway, and how can people actually win this prize once again?
Well, actually, I don't know that much about it, but I know that if they go to the website or to the Twitter, it's promoted a lot. So I think they have to share something, and they have to have the tokens. So I think you can read more about it. That part I'm not involved with, but I'm involved with announcing the winner very soon.
This is fantastic. I think maybe this particular Twitter link that I've actually placed on the screen below will shed more light into this giveaway campaign. And maybe we could share screen as well and take a look at this contest, this giveaway contest, which is definitely, something that is worth participating in, because your art looks great. I would love to actually win that prize and have it hung on my wall, because my walls looks.
That would be cool as a background for all your podcasts, right?
Yeah, imagine if the podcast actually win the prize. I think that would be unfair.
Would be cool.
Maybe I'll skip for this round. I'll maybe join for your next contest that probably will be happening in the future. Let's take a look at this particular DigiCol on Twitter, and I think this is this Sana Twice astronaut NFT, right? Where a physical copy is also delivered to your door, featuring artists, which is you, Fleur, Josephine, and your website is fleurjosephineart.com. So the instructions are pretty simple. I think let me just flash this on to the screen. Hopefully it comes up correctly. Let me just share screen and select this Twitter page where the instructions are there. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is basically for DigiCol token DGCL holders is an exclusive giveaway. And the prize is that particular painting that you just shown us, the physical form. So they will also get to win this as a digital collectible as well as a physical copy, right, delivered to their door. So can you maybe read for us what is the instructions?
Follow RT, so that must be retweet, right? Tag 3 friends and fill in the form. So it's pretty easy, right? I would just go for it.
Fantastic. And of course, the form is also available as a link on this Twitter page. So without further ado, I think anyone could just participate right away and win this amazing piece of NFT art. So before we let you go, Fleur, any last words or message for our audience, or maybe for our listeners of this podcast replay on their AirPods or their smart speakers later on? What's your last message for us?
Just thanks so much for listening, and thank you for having me also, Wayne. Yeah.
And thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And one more time, we need to ensure that your website URL is displayed correctly so people can find you and reach you, not just on your Instagram, but on your website as well. So it's FleurJosephineArt.com. So thank you. I hope to see you next time if I have a chance to go to Dubai or maybe Netherlands in the future and come and say hi to you. Maybe a follow-up episode with you in real life. So keep
create some art together.
Art, and have a nice day. Goodbye, Josephine.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And with that, it's a wrap. We have just interviewed 2 DigiCol artists. We have announced the campaign giveaway. We have another giveaway, or should we say contest, for people who are tuning in live right now to this particular live stream. And of course, we love to do our podcast in the live format. So it's a great way to experiment and try this format as well. If you are watching this and you're paying attention during the entire show, right, this is what you need to do. We have a DigiCol Quiz, which is basically a collaboration between DigiCol and PodFest Asia. During this artist show, you actually get to win 150 DGCL tokens. So thank you once again for watching the show. All you need to do is to answer the questions, which are actually provided in another form link that I will put up in the show notes as well as on the screen immediately after this. Basically, the steps are as follow. Make sure that you follow DigiCol on Twitter, which is via their twitter.com/DigiCol official page. Retweet, tag 3 friends, complete the quiz. The link of the quiz form is available on their Twitter as well. And the terms and conditions are as follow. It's limited to 1 entry per participant. Total 5 winners will be randomly selected, and the reward will be distributed in 7 days after the campaign ends. So in case of disputes, DigiCol reserves the right of final decisions. So in terms of the quiz questions that you need to answer, who are the guest artists for tonight? What is the NFT created by Mariauve, which are sold on DigiCol? And what are the campaign, or should we say current campaigns on DigiCol? So just provide your personal information on the quiz form. Remember to retweet and provide your Twitter handle as well. And it's also very important to provide your wallet address. Once you've completed all this on a form, you're all set, and hopefully you'll be one of the lucky winners. So this is basically the page, or should we say the quiz that I've been talking about for the last 1 minute or so. Is the DigiCol Quiz, which is a collaboration between DigiCol PodFest Asia Artist show, where you get to win 150 tokens provided by DigiCol. So the URL is as follow. Make sure you go and participate right away. And we will also include this form as a bit.ly shorter link in our show notes immediately after we have finished this live taping. And this particular episode is rolled out as soon as possible. So this is going to be a really complicated link that you shown on the screen, right? But right now, we'll be adding this link on our comments right below this live stream immediately after I go off this live stream. So without further ado, please participate right away and show your love and support for PodFest Asia and DigiCol. And I'll see you very soon with my next live stream. I'll be back with more live stream next week. And we have another dozen artists who are from the NFT space, as well as tech builders and marketers and founders in this space who are all interested to come on to this show and to talk to us and to our audience and listeners. So next week, we'll be revealing more artists that will be coming on to the show. Do follow us and join our Discord server on bit.ly/PodFest Asia. That is the place where you get notified of the upcoming guests, the profiles, the speaker posters, as well as podcast replays, and of course, live streams that are ongoing throughout the week. And we have also 2 other festivals that are ongoing. The other one is called PodFest Asia Metaverse, where I'll be putting on my AR VR goggles. Recently just ordered my Oculus Quest 2, and it will allow me to actually, go into an immersive podcasting VR space to do this live podcasting with all of you. And my guests will also be doing the same. They will be also wearing VR goggles, and will be actually looking at some of these VR galleries of NFT art that are provided by our NFT artists who have graced this event ever since we started this a month ago. It's also a way for you to look at some of the speaker posters that we designed for this festival, and the ability for you to watch replays in video footage and also audio format when you're traversing this metaverse. So that's another festival that's coming out right up and will be happening next week. And my first guest on PodFest Asia Metaverse will be the head of community at spatial.io. So that's another event that you should not miss. Yeah. And I have more surprise guests, sports people who are coming on to our third event called PodFest Asia Sports Gaming Live. So it will be another way, space that we are holding for people who are in the sports world and the gaming world to talk about their sports career and how, we have many new innovative ways to deliver live sports broadcasting and podcasting to our audiences and listeners as well. So that's quite a lot of activity that's coming up in the month of June. It's really exciting for me to be doing this and trying out different new technologies at the same time and spotlighting all these incredible people who agreed to come onto the show. You can watch or maybe listen to this podcast replay via our Discord server, as well as our podcast link, which is bit.ly/NFT Asia. My name is Wayne. I'm the host of NFT Asia podcast. I'm also the host of this virtual event. Thank you for paying attention during the past 1 hour or so. And Fleur just shown love, by giving us a heart on display on the screen. So thank you once again, Fleur, for coming on to the show. And thank you everyone who has made this particular event possible for tonight. I'll be back with more live streaming next week. I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.